Our distribution of our dividend checks has reached 84%. All you Comanches living abroad, for those living outside the United States, we have up until September 9th to get all this done. And with really a cutoff at October 1. It's pretty amazing to get 16,718 checks and to be at 84%. We will have 2 manual distribution dates. There will be one at the end of this month on the 29th, and there will be another one in September. Sherry, what date was that? I forget. Anyway, manual distribution. Enrollment's been hit hard, but they've been living up to the task. It comes to this: please update your addresses. Make sure your addresses are updated. Keep in mind, elected officials don't get inside of marital or personal affairs, so make sure you update your addresses. Also, before we start this meeting, I would hope that all comments over 5 minutes will be after our new and old business on the agenda. After we get through with new and old business, we will recess and come back to order. And we would hope that we could keep these to 5 minutes at a time. Are we ready, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, end time. August the 5th, and it is, who's got the time? 10:10, thank you, Mr. Julian. I'd like to call upon our Secretary Treasurer for a roll call to this August 5th legal monthly meeting.
Chairman William Nelson,
Here.
Vice Chair Susan Cothran,
Here.
Secretary Treasurer Tippecanoe here. Committeeman number 1 Jonathan Paulway,
Here.
Committeeman number 2 Eddie Odyssey,
Here.
Committeeman number 3 Ronald Red Elk,
Here.
Committeeman number 4 Clyde Narkemy.
Here.
All present. We have a quorum.
Good. You know, I don't want to put this person on the spot, this morning, but all of our nations, there's over 500 nations and tribes throughout America and Canada. I'd like to call upon our good friend, Mr. Darrell Wildcat, this morning to offer up a prayer for everybody this morning, all tribes, including our tribe. Mr. Wildcat, if you would, sir.
Thank you for this honor and privilege, joining us. For everyone join with me and going to our Creator. Lord, dearest, you know we are. Thank you for the many blessings you bestowed upon us, Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, I ask you to be with us today, Heavenly Father, as we go before you and the Comanche people, Heavenly Father, that the things, decisions made today will benefit the Comanche people, Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, I ask you to be with all our Indian nations, Heavenly Father. Bless each and every one, Heavenly Father. We try to do the best we can to move forward and do the right things, Heavenly Father. I ask you for your guidance and help, Heavenly Father, making these decisions, Heavenly Father. And Father, I ask you to be with our servicemen and women who are serving abroad, Heavenly Father, especially those who are in harm's way. I ask you to be with them and bring them home safely, Heavenly Father. I ask you to be with our elders, Heavenly Father, wherever they may be, whether they be a nursing home or hospital or homebound. Watch over, guide, and protect them, Heavenly Father. If they're getting near the stage of life, Heavenly Father, I ask you to bless them and comfort them and bring them into your arms, Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, I ask you to be with our children, Heavenly Father. Bless them, Heavenly Father. Help us guide them, Heavenly Father, teach them the right ways and the respectful ways, Heavenly Father, and know you, Heavenly Father, know your name, Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, I ask you to once again to bless each and every one of us, Heavenly Father, all of our Indian nations, Heavenly Father. I ask all this in Jesus' name, our Lord and Savior. Amen.
Amen. Good on, sir. We're going to go over the minutes of our July meeting. As we're going over this, got 4th of July behind us. We had Walter's powwow behind us. Many ceremonials from different tribes behind us. Now it's back to school. Julian, our casinos provided $39,000 worth of back-to-school supplies. Thank you to our casinos. That was really good. The way we do it, Darrell, is you get some free place and bring us some school supplies. So it really does work. Also, the distribution, I'd like to call on our TA of the little gift cards that our students get. So is that all in order, ready to go for the school year? Very good. Okay, great.
They're already receiving their cards, so some of the schools start this week, some of the next couple of weeks, but most of the kids have already gotten the cards.
That's fantastic. Great, great.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes.
Motion has been made by Vice Chair Cawthorn. I do need a second to approve these minutes.
I second it, Mr. Chairman.
Seconded by Mr. Narcomi. All those in favor of closing out the minutes on July, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All right, we are going to move forward onto these resolutions. Enrollment list number 1067. We can turn to that. Amber, any anomalies on any of this before I get going? Okay. We're going to go to resolution number 8117. Whereas the list includes the names of applicants who have been verified as eligible pursuant to Article 3, Section 1C of the Constitution of the Comanche Nation, which states, all descendants of allottees eligible for membership under the provision of Section 1A have an eighth or more degree of Comanche Indian blood. Now therefore be it resolved that the Comanche Business Committee accept the verification of eligibility for the applicants as shown on list 1067. Be it further resolved that the Comanche Nation Enrollment Office notify the eligible applicant by letter of their approved membership, and further that the enrolled member be provided information concerning their enrollment, including name, date of birth, roll number, social security number, and degree of Comanche blood. Business Committee, before I call upon a motion, I want to assure you that I am helping our enrollment director to come with an actual, it's not only a rule book, it's got to be a small principle of pattern. We passed where it comes to two parents that come and we have discrepancies. When those discrepancies happen right there, we go straight to DNA. We do not have this in writing, we have it in resolute law form. So by next meeting in September, Amber and I are going to come forward with our guideline of rules from the time they call, from the time they mail, and from the time they fax, and by the time they come visit in person. And we'll have that for you guys to approve next month. With that said, resolution number 8117 is a question on the table for a motion to move forward.
I make a motion to accept resolution 81-17.
Motion made by the vice chair to continue. I do need a second to continue.
I second it, Mr. Chairman.
Seconded by CBC Narcoma. Business Committee, resolution number 8117. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed. Resolution number 8117 is approved. Our new members, Francita Andonian, Philip Harold Archuleta, Tutsia, Brooklyn Bean, Anthony Blackwolf Jr., Hunter Dwayne Cole, Parker Dean Cole, Anthony Manuel Cooley, Sierra Nicole Curry, Colin Deaton, Donovan Falazada, Isaac Gonzalez, Isabella Gratz, Isaiah Gratz, Abel Hernandez, Davian Hernandez, Batiste Herrera, Jared Island, Brentley Colletti, Elijah Kills First, Wilson Kills First, Abriana Chianotti. I know I'm saying that wrong. Canute, God, dogs, there we go. Castile Moffett, Alicio Morris, Jana Morris, Jayla Nido, Michelle Oldham, Emma Parker, Emery Parker, Kinsley Parker, Madeline Perry, Kyson Bana, Sonia Portillo, Tommy Portillo, Carly Ringel, Sadie Roberts, Franklin Rogers, Olivia Schneider, Micaiah Teshakai, Guadalupe Tisikai, Braylon Valley, Hendricks Wallace, Eva Wilcher, Elisa Yakashai, Cheyenne Grace Yakashai, Hannah Faith Yakashai, Tabitha Angelica Yakashai. People in the crowd and people abroad, let's give an applause to these new members to our nation. Well, the numbers jumped, didn't they? Okay, we're getting close to 17,000 Comanches. Resolution number 8317 is next on the agenda. And I want to be quite honest with the Business Committee on 8317. I move to table this. Robert's Rules tells me that the chairman cannot do this, but the new version of Robert's Rules says I can. So, I do not like the fact that we have a revolving loan company out there that is not owned by us anymore, but is going to hinder Comanche Nation members and their per capita. I don't think that's fair, I don't think that's right, and I don't think we're a collection agency. So I move to table this.
Need a motion?
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion to table.
Motion made by,
Resolution
okay?
82-17.
Yes, sir. Need a second to continue to table this for discussion. 8317.
83.
8317.
It is tabled to
82.
discuss.
Yes.
82-17. 82-17.
Yeah. Yeah, 8217, as it says there, it says executive session. So that's something we go over. This one here is open session. Please look at your agenda, gentlemen. The audience is keeping us in order. So 8317, we do have a motion to this question to table. I do need a second to continue.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Johnny Poway. And let's just go by roll call vote, Mr. Chairman, on this. Mr. Secretary Treasurer, if you could, sir. We can just go to roll call vote on this one.
Susan Cawthorn?
I have a quick question before I answer this, yes or no. Who did this resolution?
I rightly don't know. I believe it probably came from David Orem and the revolving loan. There you go.
Joe Vickers?
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Question, how come it's called Comanche?
Well, that's what we're going to discuss.
Yes.
Yes, I vote yes.
Okay.
Robert Tipicani, yes. Jonathan Paulway,
Yes.
Eddie Odyssey,
Yes.
Ronald Red Elk,
Yes.
Clyde Narkemy.
Yes.
So moved to table. We're moving forward also with the resolution number 1702. Once again, I move for someone to make a motion to table this resolution number 1702. We find ourselves in major jackpots whenever we're indulging ourselves in personal lives on this. And the way it was established, the way they went and got a loan, and how the loan company transferred out underneath our sovereign identification, I just see situations we shouldn't be involved in on this.
I make a motion to table Resolution 1702.
Counsel, could you come over here, sir?
I think this one that they're trying to do is going to replace that one. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's a replacement resolution, yeah. So this one doesn't.
All right,
it's nothing.
1702 will be inclusive to the one we just tabled,
Right.
That's what I thought.
okay? For the record, for the audience and an open meeting quorum here, it just retains to something that happened in 2002, so we got to talk about it and get through it. Now we go right to a grant application, resolution number 8417. The Comanche Business Committee is a duly elected official body designated to conduct business for and on behalf of the Comanche Nation. Whereas the Comanche Nation sees the critical need to promote the responsibility of administering a tribal historic preservation program, conducting a comprehensive survey of historic properties, and maintaining an inventory of such properties. The purpose of the TIPO is to assume the preservation role in lieu of the State Historic Preservation Office, which is SHPO, on all projects having an impact on the ability to impact Comanche resources. In addition to the daily functions of reviewing the Section 106 requests, the Comanche Nation Tribal Historic Preservation Officer and staff have worked diligently towards the program directives, and whereas the United States Department of Interior, DOI, National Park Service, NPS, Historical Preservation Fund Tribal Heritage has funds available for $5,000 to a maximum of $40,000 for up to 2 years to accomplish this purpose. And the tribal chairman, or his designee, is the official representative of the Comanche Nation and is authorized to negotiate and approve contracts and any amendments to such. Now therefore be it resolved that the CBC, Comanche Business Committee, does hereby approve the submission of this grant application to the United States Department of Interior, DOI, National Park Service, NPS, Historical Preservation Fund Tribal Heritage Grant. Be it further resolved that the Comanche Business Committee, acting for and on behalf of the Comanche Nation, does hereby authorize this resolution for such intent. Is Martina here? What's our chances?
Hopefully good. I've gone to a webinar because they had extended this grant for two more additional months, and so trying to bring everybody to the table with all the different tribes, letting them know with our new president the amounts of the funding. So hopefully we have a good chance for it. We've received it previously, so just being able to continue with our work and what we do as far as consultations. And I just wanted to add for our monthly report, we had to add some numbers in, so I just wanted to tell you our total numbers for the month of July. We did 296 consultations.
Very good.
And so with that, majority of them were the cell phone towers, which was 132 cell phone towers. But we work with different federal agencies, military installations. This past week I was in Austin, Texas, meeting with the tribes that all came from Texas or were in Texas. And so we met with the military and state Department of Transportation. And so we had a big presence in Texas, and so seeing all their projects that they have going on and the relationships and the partnerships that we can build, like with their state park system, with their military. Just for instance, you know, they had offered if we had any tribal members that wanted to go and hunt on the military, and military installations because they have overpopulation of deer. And so if they needed like regalia, so they offered that. So just being able to have a good working relationship, and like take for instance, I met with the State Park Service. And they're like, anytime your elders want to come, you know, we want our interpreters that tell our story to hear from our elders so that they're telling the right story. And they're like, we have money for that. So trying to, you know, see where we can, you know, like I said, partnership. And then also another thing was we met with the state botanist for the highways. And so they're like, with all of their wildflowers, like say Indian perfume. We gave out Indian perfume during our day of prayer, and we went everywhere looking for it. But down there, when I was driving back when we met with the Corps of Engineers, and I was in Decatur, and it was everywhere. And so their policy is they don't cut the wildflowers until they had seeds. And so they're like, well, if we can pick it for you, would that be something we could do? Or even mezcal beads, they said, we grow everywhere. Is it okay if we pick it for you and send it to you? So those are just some examples that I've just this past week got to meet
Sure.
with them and everything, but seeing what this job entails. Like I said, I'm new, I'm learning, and I enjoy it, and I'm just meeting with other tribes and see what they're doing. Like tribal monitors, you know, that go and say, okay, they're building this highway and we were in this county. Well, seeing how we can go about getting people from our tribe to go and watch them turn earth, you know, hey, if you guys find bones, stop production, you know. So I'm proud of our NAGPRA department and what they've done. We went to the Texas repository down where the archaeology is, and we didn't have any human remains. So there's over 2,500 human remains that need to be buried and claimed, but a lot of times they don't have their funerary objects with them, so they can't identify who they are, what tribe they are. So, but definitely I enjoy my job and I see the importance of it.
Thank you, Martina. A lot of people say, well, what is TIPO? Well, it's very, very important. Comancheria went all the way to Denver, all the way to San Antonio, well, all the way to Cancun, Mexico. It was the only Plains tribe had a name for a monkey, Quasitai. Well, okay. Resolution number 8417 for this application. I do need a motion to continue to approve resolution number 8417.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make that motion.
Motion made by CBC Red Elk. Need a second to continue.
I'll
I
second it.
second it.
2 seconds. We'll go ahead and claim Secretary Treasurer. Okay, for us to move forward, resolution number 8417 to approve, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those not in favor of this, same sign. All right. Resolution number 8517, a grant application to the DOI and the Native American Business Development Institute, fiscal year 2017, BIA. Whereas the Comanche Nation is a qualified applicant for the Native American Business Development Institute, NABDI, feasibility study program, and the Comanche Nation has identified a potentially viable hydroponics project and is committed to economic development opportunities that are energy efficient, sustainable, and at the forefront of green innovation. The Comanche Nation sees the critical need to conduct a feasibility study to assess operating a hydroponic gardening system as a means of economic development. Upon completion of the feasibility study, the nation is willing to consider pursuing the economic opportunity developed using this technical assistance funding. Whereas consultants with the appropriate expertise on hydroponic systems will be retained pursuant to the Comanche Nation's property and procurement policies. Whereas the Comanche Nation will consider public release of information. Whereas the Department of the Interior Native American Business Development Institute has funds available from a $1K to a maximum of $100,000 for 1 year to accomplish this purpose. The tribal chairman or his designee is the official representative of the Comanche Nation. Now therefore be it resolved, the CBC does hereby approve the submission of this grant application to Department of the Interior, NABDI, fiscal year 2017, Bureau of Indian Affairs. Be it further resolved that the Comanche Business Committee, acting for and on behalf of this Comanche Nation, does hereby authorize this resolution for such intent. Business Committee, I bring forward resolution number 8517 for a motion to continue.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by our Secretary Treasurer, second to continue,
Second it.
seconded by CBC Poway. Business Committee Resolution Number 8517, to approve signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those that disapprove, same sign. Resolution Number 8517 did pass. We bring forward the Comanche Nation Children's Court Public Law 93-638 Initial Contract Proposal. Resolution Number 8617. The Comanche Business Committee is a duly elected official body designated to conduct business. The Comanche Nation desire to contract for the Comanche Nation Children's Court under the authority of Public Law 93-638 from the Bureau of Indian Affairs, BIA, and Anadarko Agency. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the CBC, action for and on behalf of the Comanche Nation, does authorize this resolution for such intent. One question, TA. Who's bringing 8617 forward?
Ms. Nagel, our grant writer.
Okay.
Interesting information.
Okay?
Good morning, Mr. Nelson. Good morning, members of the CBC.
Morning.
This resolution is brought before you this morning because, as you know, we have begun working, we're about 95% complete on the codification of our codes, criminal code right now. In going through the resolutions and going through the history of our court, as we researched all the information necessary to build this tribal court, it was brought to our attention that when the children's court was created 30 years ago, 30 plus years ago, we never applied for a 638
Wow.
to assume those funds from the BIA. And 2 years ago, we assumed guardianship cases from the CFR court. Again, a 638 was never initiated. So essentially, we have lost out on over 30 years of funding from the BIA. So that's why this resolution is brought before you today, so we can begin that process. It can be a rather lengthy process, so we wanted to begin it as soon as possible and be able to enter into negotiations with the BIA by fiscal year, probably 2018 at this point.
That's very good. Ms. Nagel, with us being off high risk and also coming to the point of closing, this has come up. That's probably why we haven't received this in the past, Mr. Bob. So, Business Committee, I have read the resolution number 8617. It's on this table for someone to bring a motion forward.
I make that motion.
Motion made by Secretary Treasurer. I do need a second.
I'll second it.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, seconded by our Vice Chair.
Two.
All those in agreement for resolution number 8617, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, very good. And we're going straight back to the Public Law 93-638, which is a self-determination grant contract proposal. The Comanche Business Committee is duly elected official body designated to conduct this business. Whereas the Comanche Nation desire to contract for the Comanche Nation Tribal Court and startup costs under the authority of Public Law 93-638 from the Bureau of Indian Affairs, Anadarko Agency. Now therefore be it resolved that the CBC, action for and on behalf of the Comanche Nation, does authorize this resolution for such intent. Ms. Nagel, what's the dollar amount on this one?
On this one, for those not familiar with the 638, we're going to have to go into negotiations
Okay.
with the BIA. And this is brought before you as a follow-up to the resolution that the CBC passed back in October authorizing Tribal Administrator Mr. Arterberry to create the Tribal
Right.
Court team. To gather that expertise, we worked diligently on the tribal court since that date. Like I just mentioned, we are about 95% complete on our criminal code. We will then go and begin working on the civil code as well as our rules of procedure, etc. That initial resolution only gave us the authority to begin working on it.
Okay.
This one is a follow-up so we can actually begin the process of writing and entering into negotiations with the BIA.
Very good, thank you, Ms. Nagel. Business Committee, I bring forward resolution number 8717 for approval by a motion on this table.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve resolution 87-17.
Motion made by CBC Narcomi. I need a second to continue.
I second.
Seconded by CBC Odyssey. Business Committee to approve resolution number 8717. Please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those not in favor of this, same sign. Okay. Resolution number 8717 has passed. Moving forward on resolution number 8817. What we have here, we have a utility line easement, and what they're wanting to do is they have to, CenterPoint has to, they came by and told us at one time we had some lines underneath these buildings. But it's property owned by the Comanche Nation, and it's located in the north, second, southeast, 4, section 13T, 3N, R12WIM, Indian Meridian, Comanche County. You know where that is, don't you, Bob? I don't, but that's.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Whereas the Comanche Nation is a federally recognized Indian tribe with the Constitution approved by the Secretary of the Interior. The Comanche Nation acquired ownership of a certain tract of real property located in Comanche County, Oklahoma, for the purpose of expanding our land base and establish additional facilities to enhance Comanche Nation tribal operations. And whereas the Comanche Business Committee responded to a request from CenterPoint Energy, the natural gas supplier, to Comanche Nation Recovery Facility for a utility easement to install and maintain a natural gas service line. And whereas the Comanche Business Committee has considered the circumstances for a utility easement crossing our property and has determined this easement to be in the best interest of the Comanche Nation. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Comanche Business Committee hereby authorizes the Comanche Nation Chairman, William Nelson Sr., to execute the appropriate document to grant the utility easement. And where this is, everybody, it's right up here, Jimmy, on our new construction, up on the, further up the hill, right? On the utility line, the gas. It says the Comanche Nation Recovery Facility. That's the new facility? Oh, behind law enforcement. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, Vern, are they going across your car lot over there or what? Okay. All right. Business Committee for this utility, resolution number 8817 is on the floor for a motion.
Chairman,
Yes.
Mayor,
Sure.
at the time that the request was submitted to our office for utility easement to look into it, they was expecting to start construction this Monday. And so all these things had to be in place, including a description for the utility easement. The gas company asked for a blanket easement, which means you just tell them the section that you're going to put it in, they're going to put it in where they want it to. And I wasn't agreeable to that, so I wanted a description of where it was going to go.
Very good that you did this, Dennis. It's following protocol. Very good. Because, you know, we're in a jackpot if they just go ahead and do it.
So in order to meet the timeline, I submitted the resolution, and they were going to bring the easement description and the document. Well, they weren't able to get a survey team out here in order to do this in a timely manner. So we won't have a description for that easement until sometime in the next week or two.
Okay.
We can go ahead and pass this resolution if you would, and when the description comes in and I review it and then it's okay, then I will bring it to you and the secretary for signature.
Sure.
Or we can wait until the next meeting. And
Well, actually, honestly, send her the guys in the TA. It's an executive type of decision anyway. With us passing this, it gives him that right.
Okay,
And that'll work.
okay.
All right.
Well, I just wanted you to know that the easement's not here yet, but it will be.
Okay.
Okay,
Description.
thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right.
I make a motion to accept resolution 88-17.
Okay, Vice Chair made the motion. Need a second to continue.
I'll second.
Got a question on the floor.
Sure. Sure, Gabby.
We need our realty department to get our records of all the utilities that, on trust land, on individual land and tribal land, in order to get ready to tax them. So we need to do some taxes on utilities also. So that's I guess we can, if utilities can't, I mean, if ability can't do it, then we need to get a hard consultant to do it, if they're not able to do that work.
Yeah, we are a government within a government, Gabby.
Is this property, is it an easement crossing which way, what property?
I'm
I don't
looking
know
at
if they're
a-
law
You
enforcement?
got a map.
I got a map here, Beverly.
You
It
got it.
looks like where Matachai is, Matachai Road.
So is it crossing white people property? Is that how come they need an easement?
No, well, if you think about it, where the police station and fire station is, that is fee simple land, that's Thibault land. It's not,
So if they're already using the natural gas there, why would they need an easement for, just to extend it? I mean, somebody gave them an easement a long time ago, I suppose.
I don't think there's been gas, Vern, you got gas at your place?
Yes, sir.
You did?
I think they're extending the service on down
Ah,
to the
okay.
new
Yeah, that's what it says.
addition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Extending.
And of course, it butts right up to the other simple fee land of non-native owners, so more than likely they had to do it, Ms. Isaacs. All right, Business Committee, this is,
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that motion.
okay? Did we have that motion? It did go
I
forward?
made
Okay.
a motion.
All right, seconded by CBC Red Oak Business Committee for 8817 to get done. Please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those that are disapproving of the same sign, okay. We're moving right forward to resolution of the CBC adopting Comanche Nation Human Resources Policy and Procedures revised 2017. The CBC and Human Resources determined contents needed to be updated. Now therefore be it resolved that the Comanche Business Committee hereby amends the Comanche Nation Human Resources Policies and Procedures, last revision 2013, and we're adopting Comanche Nation Human Resources Policies and Procedures revised 2017, effective immediately. The Human Resources Department shall make copies available for all employees and explain all changes and garner appropriate signatures to the policy. Business Committee, I bring you resolution number 8917. But I got a question to this committee. Are we going to go universal on all HR policies before too long? Be it housing, be it gaming, be it all of us? Can we have uniformity across the board?
I think it's a good idea.
What do you
to do
think?
that.
It's not something you just pop up and say, hey, let's vote on it, but what do y'all think?
Well, we can adopt this now.
Oh, yeah,
and
this is for the
discuss that.
government,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, this resolution is on this table, on this floor. The question needs a motion.
I make a motion to accept resolution 89-17.
Motion made by our vice chair to second to continue.
I'll second it.
Mr. Poway? All right. All those in favor of resolution number 8917, please signify by saying aye.
All right.
All those opposed, same sign.
Trust they read it.
All right, here we go. Anybody from transportation here? What we got going on here, Adrian?
We just want to add some routes to the transportation improvement.
Okay, these locations, can you just roughly tell us before I read the entire resolute law? Whereabouts are they?
Is if anybody's familiar with the area, it's Chi-Biddy Road out west of here and McIntosh Road. They intersect. And what we're doing is giving our tribal members safe and good roads to drive on to have access to their properties.
Okay, just gonna throw this out there to you. Went to our 720 acres out there on the Red River. Man, do we need a road. We need to claim that road, coming off that first highway and right between all of our property right there. We got some beautiful property. Where is is he here? What does that property look like, Mr. Pokowatchit? Is he around here? All right. He got so excited about it, he just couldn't think we had that much property. The roads, Adrian, they're deplorable. They really are. I hope your team goes down there, takes a look at it, see if we can put it underneath that federal inventory under us. We own a lot of land down there. Okay. Here we go. Resolution number 9017. Whereas the tradition of sovereignty of the Comanche Nation since time immemorial long predates the existence of the nation, establishes the inherent sovereign powers and rights of the Comanche self-government. And the Comanche Business Committee is a duly elected official body designated to conduct business for and on behalf of the nation. The Comanche Nation Department of Transportation wishes to add 3 routes to the Transportation Improvement Plan. TIP, route number 6997, McIntosh Road, located in Elgin, Comanche County. Route number 7003, Chibity Road, located in Elgin. Route number 7138, Jans Road, located in Cement area, Caddo County. Then enter an agreement with Comanche County and Caddo County for construction of these routes. The county will perform all construction duties, design, and utility line relocation for the listed routes. The Comanche Nation Department of Transportation will provide funding for the listed routes. Now therefore be it resolved that the Comanche Business Committee hereby approves for the Bureau of Indian Affairs Branch of Transportation, Southern Plains Regional Office to add the above routes to the nation's Department of Transportation, the TIP plan, and to authorize for the submission of intergovernmental agreement proposal for design and construction of said projects. Resolution number 9017 of these 3 roads. CBC is on the table to go forward. I do need a motion to continue.
Make the motion.
Motion made by the Secretary Treasurer. Second for us to continue.
Mr. Chairman, I second that.
Seconded by CBC Red Elk. Business Committee Resolution number 9017. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those not in favor of this, same sign. Okay, resolution number 9017 has been done.
A road on the list. There's a road where there's about 5 Comanche homes, Caddo, Comanche, county line, over there by the Ben's original land, mother's land. Pokowatchit?
Yeah, out there by
And all of
Fletcher.
that, there's a little strip of blacktop in front of the houses, but to get to them houses, once you leave that road, you're covered with dust. And then, my son lives out there, and he said that they're always having flats. Once they grade it, debris comes up, and they'll have a flat. So how come all these, road, how do you get on a list to have that?
Come see us,
list?
Beverly. Bring
Huh?
it forward to us, the families, you know.
And that's what I told him, I said, get the name of everybody on that
Yeah.
road and come before you, or.
Come, just bring it to us.
Mr. Chairman.
Drop it off to Adrian.
If I may,
Sure.
that route is number 4315, and the county line part of it is Route 7147. We do have plans to do that
Hey,
this
all right.
year,
Good.
this year.
Good.
Everything's been done on it. All we're waiting for is the design and the plans that the county provides for us. We have the counties pay for that stuff,
Okay.
and they do all the work. We're gonna come in there with a nice 3-inch asphalt overlay,
Oh, that's good.
all the way to the county line and then back to the mile where it goes back towards the Apache Highway. We're gonna cover those Comanche homes on the county line
There you
this
go.
year.
There you go. Wow.
This year.
Will it go past Pony Creek Road?
No,
I
it's
used to
gonna
go down
stop.
Pony Creek.
Where the housing condition is, when you get to the corner and run north, there's another row of Comanche houses. We're gonna stop at that corner this year. Next year, we'll come back in and go from that corner to Highway 19. All of that is Comanche land in there, and it's basically good, proper access, safe access to these housing additions. There's 25 houses up there, something like that. And we have had complaints about You know, people say they've been there for 20 years or 25 years, and they've had nothing but dirt and gravel roads. I had some people call me on that. The reason that little stretch of asphalt is done in front of those houses is they complained to the commissioner about dust. So he went over there and they just did that little portion in front of the houses. The counties that we help, they're very, very, very short on funds for that kind of stuff.
Sure, especially
And
county.
that's why we look at our housing additions and stuff, and then we make plans to help the counties with that. And it gives all our tribal members safe roads.
Very good. Ms. Isaacs, stay on top of this. Thank you. Adrian?
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
Tejano?
I have something to add to that. The reason why they have those little strips of blacktop in front of our homes is because they had a rock quarry at the end of that road where it turns to Boone. And those trucks were coming by all day long, every day. Even on 4th of July, they were running. We couldn't do anything
On the
outside.
houses on the north-south road?
On the county line from the highway toward Boone. And so we sued them. And they were supposed to, and at one time it was all blacktop for a little bit. But then as it got potholes, the county commissioners didn't want to deal with it. So they just left just those blacktops in front of our homes. And the rest of it, they turned back to gravel. And even those little patches, you know, they're terrible too.
They're worse to drive on.
Yeah, but that was, I guess, their way of getting away with, or getting by with.
Oh, sure. They could run that
Yeah.
rocks
Saying that
without
they
covering it. Yeah, they do that all day
Saying that they blacktopped
long.
it, but they
Yep.
didn't.
I'd like to comment on this road going to Taipei Park. Well, that sure looks good. They finally got half of it done, I guess.
Yeah, they got.
All the dirt and chats out of there, so there you go.
I'm looking forward to them blacktopping the whole thing.
Okay, yeah. When we finish this road we're referring to, it's gonna look more like a state highway. Real smooth, asphalt.
A little bit wider, maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna get at least 22 foot on it. Some of that stuff is 16 foot wide.
Adrian, make sure we have those signs provided by the Comanche
We
Nation.
do.
All right, there we go.
We get one for our office and one on each end of the road.
There you go, there you go.
And most of them are still standing.
Right, all righty. Thank you, sir. We're gonna move forward on this.
I got a question for Mr.
Oh,
Tejano before he
go ahead.
leaves.
All right.
Go ahead.
Did you get a chance to discuss with the commissioner, county commissioner, on that bridge we was discussing 2 or 3 days ago on lowering the tonnage on that bridge that's been there since the
They don't work
40s?
on Fridays, the counties.
Yeah.
They what now?
The counties don't work on Fridays, they work 10
But you will check into it?
I'll get with him next week,
I'm
sure.
gonna need it, okay, here.
Right.
I think that's a pretty good idea you had.
See, the reason I'm worried about that bridge is because, see, the Comanche tribe put all that money
Yeah.
on this road that Chairman's talking about, Taipei Road, and the one that goes in front of my house there. We put all that money in there, and we continue to let these dirt trucks loaded with dirt, which I don't know how much tons they weigh, but they can tear up that road again. That's the reason it's got redone, because they just tore up that road.
You mean they're already messing it up, Clyde?
Well, I would say it's starting to.
Golly.
That's why I was talking to Adrian about evaluate the tonnage on that old bridge. See, it's a 20-ton bridge now, but it's been there since the 40s. So it's bound to have some wear and tear on it.
Well, I'm sure it does.
So I would say lower it down to maybe 10 tons, and that way they'll keep the trucks from using that bridge, because they got another exit going to the north. Instead of going down the main road, messed up a new road. You know, we just, I hate to see that road get messed up with all the money the Comanches put into it. That's all. That's my concern.
That wasn't a real expensive road, that was one of our cheaper roads. Clyde, that's one of our cheaper roads. But
I
the
want to
county
ask the
decided
nice stenographer.
They wanted to do
Did
all
we
the work
move on
on
that
it.
last resolution?
If we would help them pay for the material, and that's what we done.
We did. On the highway.
All right, I'd love for this discussion to continue, but when this meeting started, we did amend one motion. 9117 is an old right, 9117 is a rewrite. Can I see a show of hands who hasn't gotten the rewrite? Susan, I believe it'd be you, and Robert. I believe everybody else has gotten the rewrite. How about you, stenographer? Yes, I did. I put it in your book. Okay. Here's the new rewrite.
Who changed it?
Me. There was just some ambiguous things that were on the last right, so I had to take care of that this morning. So resolution number 9117 is a CBC resolution. The Comanche Constitution establishes the CBC as a duly elected official body designated to conduct business. We have the interest to safeguard tribal rights, powers, and privileges to improve the economic, moral, educational, and health status of its members. Whereas the Comanche Nation College has completed the summer session, July 31st, 2017. The Tribal Council approved Comanche Nation Education Center is now tasked to be ready by fiscal year 2018 and assume the property for its purpose. And therefore be it resolved, the Comanche Nation College is on trust land with physical facilities. A monetary balance will be held by Bank First, Lawton, Oklahoma, to satisfy the United States Department of Education. The remaining cash that was held by the Comanche Nation College will be placed into its own fund. All physical property assets held by Comanche Nation College will go under the physical inventory of the government. As well, all employees essential to the new effort of the Comanche Nation Education Center will come under the Comanche Nation Human Resource Policy. The ongoing testing center will continue as normal. The ongoing media center, library, will continue as normal. The ongoing GED program will be reinstituted for the fall of 2017. And therefore, be it further resolved, the Comanche Business Committee hereby directs all changes to be coordinated underneath the Tribal Administrator's Office and all finances to be coordinated by the Secretary Treasurer to assure all protection of all Comanche Nation assets of the location and program named the Comanche Nation College.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make amendment to this.
Sure.
When you read the therefore, let me read that. Therefore be it resolved, the Comanche Nation College is on trust land with physical facilities. A monetary balance will be held by Bank First, Lawton, Oklahoma. And this is the insert.
Okay.
Which will be federal fund account. And then I'm going to put 6 little dots. And then 5603. So that the first, the bank
Right.
knows which account. So this is a federal fund account.
Okay, after the ellipsis, sir, that's the ... that's
Yes.
the name for it?
Yes,
Okay, what's those 4 digits?
5603.
5603.
It's called, again, federal fund account.
Sure. Business Committee, for this insert to this resolution, I'm going to call upon a motion to put this insert in. I
I
do
make a
need,
motion to approve resolution.
well, hold on,
91.
sir.
Oh,
Let's approve
I'm sorry.
this insert of the federal fund account, which wasn't in there. Let's approve that part first, and then we'll assume the entire resolution. So somebody bring forward a motion for us to put this insert in.
I make a motion to insert federal funds, account number 5603.
Okay, need a second to put this insert in?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Poway. For the insertion of federal fund account, ellipsis 5603. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those against the same sign. I've read resolution number 9117, Business Committee. This entire question to this motion is on this table for someone to bring it forward to a motion for approval.
I have a question.
Oh, no. No, Eddie, no. Go ahead, Eddie.
Well, I see here at the bottom it says, be it resolved, Comanche hereby directs all changes to the under the tribal administrator. But it says here the funds would be under the secretary treasurer. So what does that mean? The secretary treasurer's gonna take care of the day-to-day funds of the,
No, it just says coordinate, all
He
finances.
coordinates to
Coordinate,
make
not,
sure-
not
It's not
assume.
under him.
Yeah, not under.
okay.
Actually, everything's underneath you guys that have signature authority. The chairman of this nation has no signature authority, and it needs to be that way.
But the secretary treasurer coordinates all of our programs.
He's coordinating, yes.
Finances.
Finance.
That's what I wanted to make sure.
Which, by the way, for the record and for everybody else, your financial picture, every budget's in order with savings.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, CBC, thank you. Wait a minute, thank you, Tribal Administrator, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. It's really easy to do if you just stick to business. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So the employees that y'all are keeping, are they gonna be reevaluated? And the media, who's gonna be over the media?
Yep, it's called library. It's-
Library, media?
They called it media
Okay,
center.
because they used to have film festivals and they were really good, but I was wondering if you're keeping, why are we keeping some of the, are you going to find positions for, I know Laniel has the GED program, but what about all the other employees? What are their positions gonna fall under? What are they gonna do?
Well, the thing is this, ma'am. We don't hire, we don't fire. We've established the tribal administrator to assume, and he will have somebody over this property that will have its purpose written. And we've got so many programs that are essential to education, youth program. It's not education now, it was written to be education. We have voc rehab, we have higher education, we have what we're doing now. We're giving out what, debit cards? You know, we have to be more relevant than skipping over our children to say take remedial classes at a property. I can't even say it any better than that, and it's not to be a cut or anything, but ma'am, it is established to be an education center for all Comanches.
I really did like, I do like the library.
Sure.
And I know Miss
Sure.
Kim, she had passed away.
Yes.
So have y'all replaced anybody there?
I can't go over personnel, ma'am. I really can't. So maybe you can direct all your questions to Jimmy after the meeting? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question about what else you're gonna be using it for. I'm sure some people have been to the Seminoles, their education, extension services, they do them online and they do them in person. And it's to help the tribes, people within the tribes, to better their tribes, to better their home area. I don't know why we can't have something like that too. Also, people are going away to school up in Minnesota or whatever to learn how to be a tribal administrator, learn how to handle tribal business as a CBC member. We have so many tribes around here, we should be having a program like that, where people who want to get into tribal administration can go and learn a lot of the laws, learn how to, work the books or run the books correctly. Those kinds of things that would help us in the long run.
Ma'am, can I answer that?
Please do.
Okay, the remedial classes that they were doing, we can still have a memorandum of understanding with Cameron to do it. All they needed was a location. That's what they were doing before. So,
I'm talking
Yeah.
about people who already maybe have a degree,
Mhm.
but they haven't been involved in the tribal part of it.
Oh, okay, I
And
get
they
you.
learn the tribal laws as OU does.
learn how to be a tribal employee? No, I'm teasing.
No.
I'm teasing, I'm
Learn
teasing.
how to be
I understand.
a part of this.
Tribal government and-
Tribal government
Yeah.
and look at it as a corporation, not as a family business.
Right. Well,
Because
it comes to
as big as
this.
we are, we
It
should
comes to
be
this,
looking
ma'am.
at this as a corporation.
I've already reached out, our gaming is gonna take their instruction over there, where we're gonna have our own machines. It's gonna be kinda high tech. We already got an incubator system at Great Plains. Working with Great Plains and Cameron and working with with people that really deeply care about education, we gotta be in the trenches. We can't allow our children to be in score. We've got to follow the model of Indiana. Let's get everybody, let's get some people graduated, they don't have mandatory study hall. Study hall went away back in the 70s. But Indiana just makes it mandatory for themselves because they have people up there that inspire that type of education. We've got to be a place of inspiration. Hopefully elders, rather than complain, come in there and share what they know. Give a little bit back. Is our whole tribe a whole complaint? Well, I'm going on a dissertation. So anyway, I hope that answered it.
Instead of sending our people off
Amen.
to workshops in Las Vegas, why can't we use that for some of the
Amen. I'm with you on that.
I have a friend that comes down from Creek Country.
Sure.
She gives lectures at the Fort Sill Apache tribe.
Sure.
And instead of.
Yeah, Jeff brings people in all the time. We can do the same thing. Yes, Martina. And we got to move on after this question.
All right, just talking about as far as Cameron University, we put a lot of money into Cameron, but they don't offer any type of Native American study courses,
Guess what?
language.
We
need to
can
build
change that,
partnership.
Martina.
Why we need
Martina,
to.
no one's reaching out and network. The city council in Lawton's just shocked that I talked to them. They're shocked. You've got to network with your community. Don't be standoffish,
But they don't have any Native staff there. They don't offer the classes, so definitely that
You
needs
know,
to be something
that I've heard that, and that's a myth, because they're wanting to. You know why? Because we're so relevant. Which county are they in? What's the name of this county? Nolan. There you go. Martina, if you indulge on negatives of education, you'll stay in the rut.
I know
But
I
if
worked in
you
higher ed, so I know
expand,
how much we put in.
if you expand and reach out and network, it's all friendship then. So many words were said in the past, so get away from that. Water under the bridge, and let's go to a progressive form. All right, moving forward on resolution number 9117.
I make a motion to accept resolution 91-17.
Okay? Need
I
a
second.
And seconded by Mr. Clyde. All those in favor of resolution number 9117, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those again, same sign. Resolution number 9117 did pass. You go, Bob. Go ahead. All righty. On our agenda, we had National Congress of American Indians. This came before the Business Committee back in the fall. Here we are coming back to the fall. We have a POTUS that's running our nation, the United States right now. It's coming against many things that are Native American. It deals with 567 nations and tribes. The National Congress of American Indians has a seat in Congress. We have a voice in D.C. And actually, if we promulgate with other tribes, we have power. So, resolution number 9217. The Comanche Nation is a federally recognized Indian tribe with the Constitution approved by the Secretary of the Interior on January 9, 1967. The Comanche Nation Business Committee is a duly elected official body designed to conduct business. Whereas, being a credentialed member tribe of the National Congress of American Indians, to provide representation with many other American Indian nations as a unified voice on key national priorities and being informed on national issues affecting Indian country. Now therefore, be it resolved, the Comanche Business Committee hereby directs the chairman to submit, and I put not a sum figure because that is for discussion, for membership in the National Congress of American Indians based on the nation's Congress of American Indians Constitution and bylaws. They actually have their own constitution and bylaws of 567 federally recognized tribes applicable to membership within, which is on Comanche Nation income and tribal enrollment. Now, the figure is high. The top figure is 50K. The other figure is 30K. For us to have the equivalent voice, it needs to be $20,000. What does that do? It's because of our 17,000 member population. It's because of our net worth that we do have. So business committee, the dollar amount is not 50, it's not 30, it's $20,000. What does that do? That gives us a seat and a voice with the National Congress of American Indians that does operate within the halls of Congress and has the ear of the Senate Committee of Indian Affairs. And we have one senator, Mr. Langford. Senator Langford's on the Indian Affairs, the Senate Committee of Indian Affairs. So this has been overlooked for the last 4 years, so it's up to you today. I bring forward the submission of 20,000, but it's up to you, and I would like to go to a voice vote on this, if we can have a motion to go to that voice vote of resolution number 9217.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make an amendment in here.
Sure.
In the last now therefore be it resolved.
Yes, sir.
If you look at the second line, based on it should be national, instead of nation, change it to National Congress of American Indians. It says nation, but it should be national.
Bob, put an A and an L on that.
Yes, I will.
For the record, an A and L will be added to, really, right? All right, to be inclusive to this law here. It's a resolute law if we pass it, so let's be correct on it. I need a motion for us to do an insert on nation to make it national. I do need a motion to put this insert in.
I make the motion on the national.
Okay, motion made by the person for the correction. I need a second to continue that.
So moved.
So moved. All right. All those in favor to put this from nation to national, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those in disagreement to this correction, same sign? Okay. All right, let's go right back to the guts of this. To become a credentialed member tribe nation of the National Congress of American Indians. For a full year membership, it is $20K. Does it involve giving us free travel? No. What it does, it gives us a voice and a seat on big issues. And we got one big issue, people, and we're going to go to that resolution next. That big issue is our south boundary of our original reservation.
Is that Mr. Langford, is he native?
No.
Okay.
No.
He was conducting a seminar in Fort Collins several years back. And one of his things I remember about him is, well, the people on he was talking to, they were all part native, they were all Comanche. One was Comanche, was Mr. Southern's son, but none of them look Indian. None of them. And Mr. Langford and them wanted, his input was like, we need to go with the no blood quantum like the Cherokees.
His position is thoroughly changed. But you agree, Groner? Yes.
He what?
His position's thoroughly changed on that, man.
Well, he's, who's gonna be making sure they pull his ear to make sure that he listens to what the natives want in Oklahoma? They might be listening to the Eastern Indians and, we don't know what.
We got a senator that's a native right next door. And what kind of tribe does he belong to?
Who's that?
We got a congressman right next door from Ada named Tom Cole. There you go. Lineal descent. So, Mr. Langford's not even native, but he does, I consider him a friend. I do. to
Well, I didn't,
tribes.
I didn't care for him that day, and I don't think
Yeah.
I will.
His
but
position has changed, ma'am.
It has changed.
Yes, it has.
Well, he needs to let us know that he's changed. I mean, there was a, he was doing that deal up there, and he was the moderator.
When you have this consortium of tribal leaders, I used to be really down on this type of leadership, but now the proactive things that have happened, especially the Tribal General Welfare Act, where we don't have to be taxed. We're a federally recognized tribe. We live on federal trust land, and National Congress of American Indians got that passed on one part, just like we did on this dividend. It really came underneath the Tribal General Welfare Act, so it wouldn't be taxed. We all got a Cobell settlement. That wasn't taxed. A lot of tribes are going to the GWT. Why are they doing that? Because taxation's killing most tribes. Gaming money is always taxed, no matter what. And that's just the agreement we made with the federal government. So, on this issue here, it's before you. If you want to table it, because I'm not seeing a motion to move forward, it's up to you guys.
I'd like to table it.
Okay? We got a motion. Is that a motion, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, we got a motion to table this action on 9217.
Is that anything to do with the big museum in Washington?
No.
Nothing. Okay.
No. That's There's too many acronyms for natives, that's what. Before long, we say, we're COM, C-O-M.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if we got so much power, how come we don't have more representation for the Comanches at that museum? My grandson went and visited last week. He said he didn't see nothing Comanche. No
Sure did spend a
Comanche.
lot on it in the past. Okay, moving forward on this resolution.
I guess they rotate now.
Do you need a second to table this? For discussion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that motion.
Second to table, okay. Business Committee, look over this. If you got questions, what exactly does that 20K? And that's what we really got to do. Let's be sure we want to do this. Okay, all those in favor of tabling resolution number 9217, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed to that action, same sign. All right. I had an amendment at the start of our agenda to add number 080504. 080504 is just a continuation, and I think I gave it to Mo. Susan, you probably didn't have it. We had it at our precursor meeting. Can we pass that on to 080504? You have it, sir? Okay.
I don't have it either.
All right. It's just a continuation for an action. No action can be taken unless we have a legal quorum, right? Our Constitution dictates that. Please pass that on, John. All right. 080504. This is an action. The Comanche Constitution directs the Comanche Business Committee to promulgate and enforce ordinances and codes governing law and order to protect the peace, health, safety, and general welfare on land determined to be within Comanche tribal jurisdiction. This land is, the Comanche Nation College is in trust. Now therefore be it resolved that the Comanche Business Committee hereby directs the tribal administrator in his day-to-day duties to direct programs that meet the criteria of education to prepare themselves for the exciting opportunity at the Comanche Nation Education Center. Knowingly, the education assistant to the tribal administrator will be looked upon with the collaboration of the business committee and tribal administrator to write and define the Comanche Nation Education Center curriculum. Actually, curriculum was stricken for purpose.
Yeah.
Purpose. Therefore, be it further resolved, the Tribal Council of the Comanche Nation did approve $500,000 for fiscal year 2018 The people voted on that. 500K for fiscal year 2018, which starts on October 1, 2017. May we all look to professional preparedness and great resolve in this new Comanche Nation chapter of education. Business Committee, I bring forward number 08, 05, 04 for approval. I do need a motion to continue.
I make a motion to accept resolution 0805-04.
Motion made by Vice Chair Cawthorn. Business Committee, I need a second.
Is that correction?
Yes,
With that correction. You said it was already in there.
it was already in there.
Okay. Purpose?
Yes.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Tippecanoe. Business Committee to accept 08, 05, 04. Please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, I didn't hear very many ayes. Business Committee to accept 08, 05, 04. Please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hot doggy. All right. All those opposed, same sign. There we go. 08, 05, 04 has passed. Jimmy, I want to give you a hand clap to start this new project, the Comanche Nation Education Center. All right. Like he hasn't enough on his plate. Wow, man. Okay. I handed out an amendment to we have to move forward on our Red River boundary. We have to. Unbeknownst to us, a resolution was brought forward to the House of Congress. This resolution was brought forward by a Texas congressman named Congressman Thornberry. Congressman Thornberry promulgated Congressman Cole from Oklahoma. And what is the gripe? The gripe is that 5 ranchers in Texas are saying that the river's moved, and this entire Congress is believing this group of congressmen that 5 ranchers have more power than the Comanche Nation Treaty for us to stop fighting, for us to live within a reservation bound. And it's just ridiculous. Now, I've been talking about this for 6 months. Now it's came to this. The KCA Land Use Committee cannot go after this because they're a land use committee. Robert Tippecanoe has joined the KCA Land Use Committee, and his great wisdom showed us the way. The way is each government has to come at this, not a land use committee. We had one attorney for KCA hired by past administrations, hired by the past, from the new Kiowa government, the new Apache government, this new Comanche government, had nothing to do with this. But they had done something wrong. They actually gave an opinion as lawyers over the tribal leadership. They gave their own opinion that we're great with that. Oh no, we're not great with that. What's in question? Water. What else is in question? Oil. What else is in question? The real question is casinos. And the ultimate question is, why do we have tribal allotments to have a federal patent signed by that dead President McKinley back in the past? That's in Texas now, supposedly. So here we go forward as a nation. And I hope our Comanche people understands what we're trying to do. We have to do this. If we don't, we're saying we're giving up. And we're giving our land back. Back to whom? It belonged to us before anything. that's what kills me. All throughout Comancheria, I'm just gonna give a history lesson and I'll be through. We had the Louisiana Purchase. Well, who said they belonged to the French? No. Then we had a problem with the Spanish. Well, us Comanche, none of us stopped those Spanish, took their horse, and became the lords of the plains. That's the truth. Then we have a group down here called Texans. Well, they were so rogue at one time, they built us reservations in a county called Throckmorton and another county over here in the town of Graham. Well, what did they do? We didn't want to stay in no reservation, so we'd run off. But the Texas Taibo, what they did, they turned around and said, we killed this one and killed this one. They were murdering their own and blaming it on us. Before you know it, there's a whole group of the 2nd Cavalry that moves us up here to Indian Country. We still have reservations down there to this day. That's right. So here we are. Today, I bring forward Comanche Nation Business Committee, CBC resolution. Resolution from the Comanche Nation which objects House Resolution 428, the 115th Congress, 2017-2018, the Red River Gradient Boundary Act. Whereas the Comanche Nation is a federally recognized Indian tribe with a constitution approved by the Secretary of the Interior on January 9th, 1967, to safeguard tribal rights, powers, and privileges to improve the economic, moral, educational, and health status of its members, and whereas the purpose of the Comanche Constitution specifically states to define, establish, and safeguard the rights, powers, and privileges of the tribe and its members, to improve the economic, moral, educational, and health status of its members, and to cooperate and seek the assistance of the United States in carrying out mutual programs to accomplish these purposes by all possible means, to promote in other ways the common well-being of the tribe and its membership. And whereas the Comanche Constitution establishes the CBC as a duly elected official body designated to conduct business for and on behalf of the Comanche Nation in legal quorum, which we are today, and directs the Comanche Business Committee to promulgate and enforce ordinances and codes governing law and general welfare on land determined to be within Comanche tribal jurisdiction. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Comanche Business Committee hereby objects, denounces, and discredits House Resolution 428, introduced by Texas Congressman Thornberry on January 10, 2017. The Comanche Nation has to implore the Senate to know the Comanche Nation was never given true consultation on this matter. Furthermore, the Senate, who on 3/7/2017 referred House Resolution 428 to the Committee on Energy and Natural Resources, needs to know we as the Comanche Nation object to this bill in all matters concerning the Red River Gradient Survey Act. The Comanche Nation does join with the Kiowa and Apache tribes of Oklahoma in this objection. Business Committee, for us to move forward and not be what Spanish call us, but what we call each other as Namana, I bring forward resolution number 85-01.
I make the motion to approve.
Motion has been
Second.
made and seconded. Business Committee, for us to go and object, yes.
That's what I was.
You know what, sir? We're not Kiowa, and we're not Apache. Once
But you
again,
got it in there.
Comanches are taking the lead to take this resolution, let them use the template for us to move, sir.
But you've got it in
No,
this.
I am saying to join, sir. If they join, great. If they don't, great. I don't care. We can't do it alone. We have to go at it as three nations. Me and Bob get it. That's what we got to do, sir. We can't go at it as a KCA land use committee. We've been after this for 6 months, sir. You should know, sir. I'm very upset about this, sir. Do not say we are coy joined here. I am bringing this to them.
I get it, Chairman. What I'm saying is that it says, those join with them, and if they don't join with us.
Right.
then it
I don't
might be-
really care, sir.
Well, then let's strike that from this.
We can't go at it alone. It's owned by the Kiowas and Apaches with us.
But you don't know that they're gonna be with us, though.
You know what? We had a motion passed at the KCA Land Use Committee, and they said what? They would join us, so,
Okay, then that's good then.
all right.
There you
Hold
go.
on, sir.
They've made a motion.
Motion has been and seconded. I do need a second.
I'll make
I
that.
second it.
I second it.
Yeah, you already seconded.
The first round.
Mr. Red Oak, you had a question?
No.
All right, Business Committee, for us to move forward, let's go to war, Texas time. Number 8501 is on this table. All those in favor of it, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All right.
Are y'all gonna meet with them? Anytime down in Texas?
It's already in DC,
Oh.
all of it.
Well, I mean, Texas people need to know that, how we feel.
Oh, yeah. It's not the people constituents, it's really just congressmen and senators from it. It's money, it's money. All right, with that done, we're gonna take us, we're gonna go into our new, and, hold on, Gabby, please. I believe we called Miss Delgado.
She's not here.
Yeah, we called her, okay. So, only got one other thing, and I want to rush through it real quick due to the fact, Gabby, I got something very important, very important. We just tackled one big thing. There's something that's even bigger. Could you go ahead and roll this PowerPoint, please? I went and took a trip to Terrell, Oklahoma. Chickasaws are building a casino there. They already got steel girders up. Our CEO of gaming has shown how much it could affect us. He gave us the worst case scenario, and then he gave us the least case scenario. We also have an encroachment from one tribe I just mentioned that's coming close to our Red River. A Comanche elder and I, we took the trip from Terrell, and we noticed that nothing but brand new roads, was from Waurika, Oklahoma, all the way to the state line. And we also noticed another thing. We noticed there was a brand new bridge going across the Red River. Wow, how did that happen? Well, I'll tell you how it happened. The Chickasaws built this new road. They built this brand new bridge. And from Terrell, Oklahoma, if you're not familiar where Terrell is, it's south of Waurika. And the next town in Texas is called Bowie, Texas. Bowie, Texas. Has a population of about 7,000 people. One thing we noticed, me and this Comanche elder that went and visited this location, they increased the speed limit from Terrell, Oklahoma to Bowie. What was the speed limit? 75 miles per hour. And there's not a town there, so it's like an Autobahn to get to the Chickasaw Casino. So what are we seeing? We're seeing an encroachment. Our parallel is just a half mile where this casino is. So, did I turn it off? Okay. Let me go right to where we were at. This is Terrell, the Star. That's Terrell, Oklahoma. Chickasaws are set to take a lot of business away. And if you look at the Star by Ranlette, that is our Red River Casino. The encroachments are really real. We stand to see our casino revenues cut in half. Not only is it happening there, if you'll see, I say Red River Casino 2 miles, Kiowa Casino 1 mile. The Apache tribe has an allotment called the Kosopi allotment. That's I-44, and it's going across the Red River, then it loops around. That little bitty thing, if you can see in the right-hand corner, is called the Travel Plaza. That's where our gas station and a little casino is. Well, if they put a casino there, and they get a casino there, we better move. And we better move diligently. We have 720 acres right here. The trust property is where this Travel Plaza is. The rest is what you would consider white man land. The total acreage is 720 acres. How do we stop this and that? We're going to have to do something entirely different than just having a Travel Plaza right off that. So, I'm bringing this up for one reason. This business committee has to move because encroachments are happening. And it would be a lie. It would be a total lie to look at all Numana in the eye and say, you're going to keep the same revenue you're getting if we allow these encroachments to happen. So we're looking at answers. And we can't sit up here and just talk about it. We got to be about it. So what is the answer? We know one thing, 60% of all our Comanche Nation gaming revenue comes from Texas. Is that correct, Mr. Red Elk? You were a manager down there, you're a manager of a hotel down there. Dallas will reach 1.5 million. The projected population for Fort Worth is 1.2. That little red county I put in red in Texas is Wichita Falls, Wichita County. Why are the Chickasaws building there? Well, I'll tell you why. Dallas, Tarrant, Collin, and Denton counties, population 5.6 million. That's why. The entire population of Oklahoma is 3.9 million. Wow. The forecast for 2040, Julian in Texas in this north central region, 9.25 million. Wow. So, what gets us there? To bring the Texas people, you have to make this land a destination. We voted on it in 2007 and they didn't get it out. We would have been ahead of the game. We have got all kind of feasibility plans of those people that were wanting to put that together. We ordered them to do it, didn't we, Nolan? Didn't we say, build that War Pony Casino? Didn't we all say that? We said, yeah, right? Well, that was on the General Council floor. It didn't happen. Today, I have to tell my Comanche people, it's a big decision. Do we use our money? No. Do we come to you and tell you what we're going to do? Yes. Do we have great net worth as our nation is right now? Yes, we have great net worth. Do we go and borrow money? No. No, we don't. Will it take a mega structure to stop that and stop that? Just know I want to inform you today. Hopefully it's on the record today. Encroachments are happening all around us. And if we sit back and allow half of your revenue to be taken by other tribes, we're foolish. So that's the end. Just go ahead and cut that if you would, sir. Yes.
For one thing, you know, if they're building those, you know, the high tower hotel stuff, that really attracts the people too, you know. And then you got all those that's Comanche, that's working at Comanche and Kiowa, the Texans or who, whatever white people there, they're all gonna want to move to those casinos and work too, there at theirs.
We employ a lot of people from Wichita Falls. The main thing is this, everybody. Just know our Red River down there, it is what it is. But our casino, it takes Texans to have to go around a loop, stop, go this way half a mile, and keep going 1, 2, 3 miles to get to our casino. We got land that's just right there off the highway. There, bam, there. We got a gas station and a little casino you can't even see from the road. Itakia. Anyway, you've got to build it up and make it big. Spotlight it up. Make it a destination. You got to do it. Just know today, I told you, if the encroachments happen, it's not to strike fear in your heart, but they will take a big sum of our money. And I do move for us to,
Can we use water as an excuse to try to keep them out? Water rights?
you're going up against the elephant, the Chickasaw Nation to us. We're a Gahoo to an elephant. They're worth trillions.
Yeah.
We were the first ones to ever have a casino in Oklahoma. What the heck happened to us?
They're worth trillions because they run their tribe like a corporation,
Yes.
not like a family business.
Right.
And that's what we need to do.
Well, hopefully the secretarial election will get some stability. That's why it's on the secretarial election. So with that said, I got 2 questions. Yes, sir.
Sir, at the Red River Casino, what'd be the feasibility of putting in a twin-engine aviation facility for the hobbyists that just like to get out and fly and to stop in and?
You know what, with that much land, sir, I see it's huge. Is it huge, Vincent? It's huge. There's so many things you can do on the red, from equestrian to anything. I was thinking, let's just put a Mississippi riverboat gambling deal and put some water in there or something, you know? So, yes, sir, very much so. Gabby?
Since that Red River boundary or the Red River moved, and I believe there may be some Comanche allotments in Texas, why can't we buy those allotments? And I don't know if they're on the floodplains or not, and that might be a place to do a casino. And also that Cowapache land, it's a 40, I think it's about 20 acres or something, 30, 40? 40. It's right, let's see, it's right west of LaDonna Harris's land, 40 acres.
I can't really get to that one, but their general council passed to move it to build a casino, sir, so we better move.
And
That's
then
what
the
I'm trying to
Kiowas, let me see, you forgot the Kiowas here. They have broken ground on February the 15th for a 63-room hotel at their casino.
Vincent, how big was that hotel when we drove by there?
Probably another.
They got it halfway built. It's halfway built, sir.
Yeah,
We
probably
got
another bad
encroachments
contract,
everywhere.
like we had in 2012. We had an invalid gaming contract.
Anyway,
But
there's
they don't
two-
benefit from their.
Gabby, there's 2 encroachments.
Yeah.
The Apache tribe, the Chickasaw Nation. I forgot to tell you the 3rd one, the state of Oklahoma. In the year 2020, they're gonna ask for more of your gaming money. Why? Because it broke. So we got 3 big encroachments, and we gotta be smart about it. And we gotta tell our people about it. We can't just hold it down here.
Are the Kiowas gonna have a swimming pool in their hotel? We
You
don't
know,
have.
we got to stop all of that where our 720 acres is. I'd love to be friends with them, but it looks like we're competition, so.
Our hotel is beautiful, when the elders went to,
Yeah, I'm glad y'all went.
it's
good.
it's beautiful, but I couldn't afford to live there, stay there. And if they had a swimming pool for the kids, maybe. There's not even that.
Is it gonna be high tower, their new buildings or whatever?
Nah, it
Or
didn't
is
look,
it
it
gonna
didn't look
be
halfway
like
as good as ours.
Is it gonna be like ours?
What's that, ma'am?
Is it gonna be like ours, regular motel looking?
We don't know yet, we just seen it, it's beyond
Well,
breaking
if
ground.
they have a high tower, you know, those people's gonna come to their, you know, and they'll still be playing at ours. Maybe it'll give us extra money too, you know, when they build their high tower. They're gonna wanna go to Comanche's, extra place.
There's one good thing in our favor, everybody. If you go there on a Friday night, if you go there on a Saturday night, and I'm not just saying this, our parking lot is totally packed out. A lot of Texas people just love our place. It is clean. It is nice, like Miss Isaacs said. When you go to the Kiowa Casino, they got a huge parking lot that's only half full. And I kept telling our CEO, I don't even think they'll be half full if we have more parking. But that's not the question. We're 3 miles away from the highway. We need to be relevant and right there and stop everything. Mr.
Well, we
Pokowatchie?
have- Excuse me, I'd like to say something real quick. We have asked our CEO of gaming to go and find us some possible investors to look at doing this. So it's been we're working on it. And I wanted to remind the chairman that we have talked to the CEO. We gave him a
Well,
directive.
today, it would be a disadvantage to our people to not know this. So you do know.
I would just like to say, my name is Vincent Pokowatchie, I think most of you know me, to the committee. We went down there to see what it is. The Chickasaws don't have no water, so they got a water drilling rig, across the road, drilling them water. But my point is this, that if we keep going like we're going, we're not gonna have nothing. They're putting us, I said a long time ago when they bought Mears, the committee and the chairman needs to get it on the ball because the Chickasaws are already at our back door. And they've been working on this for several years, or that new road wouldn't be built down there. And them two new bridges. They've been working on this deal. They had this all planned out. They know that we, the business committee, our tribe, ain't gonna do nothing but sit here and listen and talk and pass little bitty skimpy resolutions. We're not thinking the big way. Them Chickasaws are mostly thievul. They're business-minded. We're not. We're still in the Stone Age. Y'all need to grow up and be like the thievul and challenge them. We've got a chance to challenge them down there. I hope today that y'all pass it, not giving the CEO the permission to go down there and find us an investor. That can come later. Y'all vote today to put it on resolution that we are going to proceed with this project. And then call the CEO in and say, hey, the business committee approved it. Now get after it. And I guarantee you, he'll get after it. But he's waiting on y'all. Let's think about our people. They don't have nothing. Some of them wake up in the morning, don't have breakfast. Don't have dinner. They're all wore out. Sure, just think how happy people were when they got that $487. If it wasn't for y'all, they wouldn't have got it. If we had another government in here like we had, they wouldn't have got it. They would have utilized it for their own selfish needs. Y'all are good people. Y'all are honest people. I'm proud of y'all, all of y'all. I just want us to see us go forward, not stand here and say, well, we're still living in Johnny Walkway era. He gave us them 3 casinos and we're satisfied. We're making about $13 million a year, 30 million. Hey, let's think bigger. Let's make 100 million. Think, people. I know y'all gonna go into executive sessions. I hope y'all pass it. I hope y'all do, for our sake, for your not-none, for your da-da-da, for your so-on-none. Think that way, people. Y'all aren't here to represent your selfish needs. You're here to represent the people. That's who you work for, the people. We're the paravos. Bull, you're not the paravos. The people are the paravos. Let's think realistically. Y'all are good people. Some of y'all have good jobs. Some of you have retired. Some of you got good incomes. It's easy to say, well, them damn Indians, they want too much. Hey, them damn Indians is why you're sitting behind that desk. Regardless of how worthless they are, they're still your bosses. Think that way, people. Let me do it, go on. Tata na me.
And even 1,000.
Let me shoot that.
Can still be raked up.
We've got a good chance down there. We can compete with them people down there. Let them know that we be in business. We're not going to be stomped on. We've been stomped on enough. The United States government don't care about us, none enough. The state government don't care about us. All they want is our food. The county government don't care about us. All they want is our land. We have nobody but y'all. And if y'all can't take it for our people, you should resign. Because you're not fit to be my representative. If you're not going to fight for me, if you're not going to do what's right, I'll say it like it is, people. I don't want nothing back. I don't care. I have compassion for our people. All of them. Regardless of how low they are or how high they are. I have compassion for them. About that, I see them all the time walking around. I wish they had a pop. I wish they had a pop. I'll reach in my pocket. Here, go get your pop, baby. Let's think that way, people. Let me do it, go on. Y'all have the authority. It's all it takes is y'all right there to say, I do, I will, I vote for it. Hey, that's all you need to do. And you call, we got the best CEO in the country, I think. And he's an honest man. He's a good man.
I have a question.
Put it in his hands. That's his job. Do you know anything about gambling? Do you know anything about gaming? Do you know anything about gaming? Do you know anything about gaming? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? He knows.
Yes, he does. Yep. Mr. Pockwatchet, we know what you're saying.
Well, I thank y'all for your
We
time.
knew it a long time ago. I have a question about the truck stop down there. I know Wallace Coffee had big ideas of putting lights like this that went in the air over the casino.
Mr. Chairman.
He had big lights. Why didn't you
Sorry,
put those
don't
lights
worry.
above the casino? Why not we put a light above the truck stop? That way people can see it over there, you know.
You know
Coffee
what?
never did it, but
Beverly, man, we finally got a marketing director, so no one's
somebody that
listened
knows
before, so.
well, that was the first time I had ever gone there when the elders took a
Yeah.
little check. And it's really nice. But
And
who
I
knows
hope we
if
can
it's-
get more people down there, Beverly, to walk that land. Because you wouldn't believe all the timber going into the red. It's wonderful, wonderful. And we just sit there, got a travel plaza on it. It's wonderful. Gabby, we'll give you 5 minutes because we got to go to executive session. We got some things to do. Go ahead, 5 minutes.
Okay, on that resolution, I think it was 8501 about the, against the Texas Senate, Texas bill. I have a suggestion that you add that bill violates the treaties which establish the Red River boundaries and conflicts with other federal law. I don't know if that's a good suggestion, ask our attorney, you know, it's, in other words, it's, I don't know, unconstitutional what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It
but
is.
anyway, we should just say that in our resolution, you know, violates our treaty, conflicts.
The main thing is we
Yeah.
object.
Yeah.
We have to tell them we object.
That way we'll,
That's the start.
I have
that way
another,
we'll bring in our boundaries, you know.
one more question. I took my kids to the water park, cost $15 each to get in, no wave pool. And I didn't know that until we got in there, and this Dava lady sat next to me on her chair, she was really upset. So why no wave pool?
We gotta direct that to Mr. Jimmy.
And she said, I wouldn't let the kids go in there because that water is hot.
I have to direct that. You know, Jimmy is tasked to oversee the water
I'm
park.
happy to answer that. I've inherited a big old mess, and that's just part of it. That thing was built how long ago? You managed it, Mr. Chairman. How long ago was that built?
1981.
So, you know, the wave pool went out, we've got the schematics, we can't find someone, they have to come out of Canada. The manager down there has had a hard time getting someone to be able to fix that so it can, you know, be operable. So that whole thing was just like, you know, so old and it was never kept up. So that's some of the things that we're working on. I couldn't get him to get it, find the person to get it fixed.
I
plain
can't
and
accept
simple.
that because look at the whole United States got pools everywhere. They're beautiful. How come somebody can't fix it?
New and maintained. They're new
Well,
and
just
maintained.
start all over it with a new motor.
Mr. Arterberry,
Give us 10 million and we'll make it better.
Mr. Arterberry, should the facility be shut down?
Should what? We're very close to school starting back, so it's actually fixing to close down.
Well, if it's unsafe, we need to shut her down right away if we
It's
can.
not safe, it's just not like, you know, making waves that they want.
Well, we're taking money from people that's
Yes.
being
$15 a head.
Yeah.
disillusioned.
I know, but it's like, you know, that's one aspect. They've got all the other, the slides, the laser river, all those other things. That's just one part of it.
And-
That's the only inoperable part?
It's
And the
only
lazy
part,
river.
yeah.
Okay.
And it's just the motor that makes the actual waves. So,
Jimmy, does that
Well,
lazy
keep in
river?
mind that it's KCA property.
yeah.
We're just leasing it to
Well,
run that
we're
water park.
responsible-
So what gets me is, why should we put money in there and the KCA votes us out and we lose all the money that we had put in,
We've had it
there,
forever.
which we did in the
I
past?
think we're gonna put it on rotation.
Jimmy,
Because it's not, we're the only one putting money in there and it's not making any money.
it could.
And every time we build it up, if the KCA sets us out, they get to keep whatever we put on there.
We could.
That don't make good sense.
Well, that's why we should have got rid of KCA
Jimmy,
years ago.
that lazy river could have more water in it. It's about this much from the top. And the motors, you know, used to push that water used to be pushed through. Now it's just kind of,
Well, that was another one that they had fixed recently too. So, but it's just we've had it so long and they haven't really maintained it over the years. So those are the things that, you know, with our insurance, we've looked at, we've made all those adjustments, but that wave pool has been a point of contention, it really has. But that's really what it comes down to is it's like the schematics, finding the electrician to actually be able to rewire it to get it operable. So I can't, you know, make excuses, but I'm just telling you the truth on the matter.
More water in that little lazy river because it's not.
I'll talk to the manager about it.
Why don't they stay open till 8 o'clock every day? I think they should.
I don't manage it, you guys, first of all, let me make that clear, I'm not the manager of the water park, we have a manager that does that. I have 88 programs I'm over, so I'll talk to the manager about this matter, but I can't answer all those questions without him here being present.
I think the manager's probably okay. It's just, he needs to be supported in what he needs to do. And, I mean, this is it can be profitable. What else have we got besides the casino?
Yes.
Got about 5 retail locations.
Well, I'd like to make a motion, we go into executive session.
Second.
Got 2 questions here.
I'd like to add to what Mr. Polkowitz said about, especially about the Chickasaws and how they're so big, they have all these trillions of dollars. We need to learn from them. All of you up there that are representatives, think about what they're doing and how they're serving their people. Every one of their tribal members has dental insurance, no matter where they live. They live in Australia, they have dental insurance. We have people, you know, I have cousins that live in California and in New Jersey and Texas, all over. They can't use tribal services because they don't live here. I was told that our tribe has a lot of money. You know, get us some kind of insurance that everyone is able to use. Also, we could add to our new, well, I don't know whether it's a nursing home or assisted living, but we have a lot of elders that they have no place to go. They have family that are trying to take care of them, but they can't. They either don't have the time, they don't have the place, they don't have the ability, and they're sitting at home not being taken care of. Someday, we're all going to need that place. And there's not going to be any place for us. We need to think further ahead in the future for all of our members, not just for the next 5 years or until your term is up. Think further. Think about all of our tribal members, not just those that live around here. I live in Caddo County. There's services I can't even get from the tribe because I live in Caddo County.
Really?
Yes, really. I had my mom living with me. I was taking care of her. CHRs couldn't come and service her. They couldn't come and bring her medication or take her to the doctor because we live in Caddo County. I live on the county line. Comanche County is right in the middle of the road, but they couldn't come and see her.
Are they trying to say that Kiowas and Wichitas have
They were
those
gonna,
kinds?
they told me to check with them, check with Fort Hill Patches, check with Kiowas, check with, thought, I'll just take her myself, which I was able to, but there's others who are in the same position, the tribe can't help them. You know,
Well, that
Mr. Arterberry's gone already, but I know there's some things that maybe he can do, some things that y'all can look into, some things that the grant person can look into. Think ahead, more than 5 years, more than 10 years, because at some time, y'all may need that, or your family may need services, and you're not gonna have them. Think ahead, think bigger, think corporation instead of, like I said, family business, which is the way it's been run. Oh, well, come on in, my family, you're gonna work for me. You're gonna work for the tribe, I'll get you a job.
That's changing now.
I know, but we also need people who are qualified, not just Comanches, but anyone who's qualified that can help our tribe be better, grow bigger. The Chickasaws have more than just casinos. They have a communications department, communications company. You see these ugly orange-looking, brown orange-looking cars all over the city. That's their business. That's the communications business. They lay lines all over the city for different organizations. Why can't we have a business like that instead of depending on casinos? I don't go to casinos myself. I just might as well give you $20 at the door and turn around and go out, you know. I don't want to get smoky. I don't want to smell all the smoke. So,
This is the very first year we put 3.5 million to new business. That's never happened before.
well, that's good, but continue thinking ahead, continue thinking of how we can grow bigger and better for all of our people, not just.
We have
those around here.
never in the last, since 2002, since you've been getting, 2005, since you've been getting a per capita, no one's wanted to triple down gaming dollars. No one.
Well,
No
I mean,
one
that
wanted to. I
$485 that we got, that big chunk of money could have gone to add on to the assisted living. could have gone to, I mean, that big a chunk of money, where are you gonna get it? You know, you have to ask for grants, you have to borrow whatever. But we could have used it for a good purpose instead of chump change in our pocket. Yeah, it helped a little bit, but it was gone like that. And some people, I'm sure, it was gone within an hour at the casino.
Just know one thing, most of that came from the lawsuit, so, you know.
Still could have been used in a better way, I think.
That's the way those different tribes are. I went to Ardmore and I got sick there. And I went to that clinic and that lady said, oh, you can't come use our clinic services. And I said, well, yeah, well, remember that when you want to come to Lawton and come to our Indian hospital. And I said, and I want that number to whoever I have to talk to in Washington, D.C., because I'm going to report this place. That's what I told her. She gave me that number. I reported them too. But see, they need to learn to reciprocate and do for our people at wherever we're at, just like with her. Them people needs to, you know, reciprocate and do for our people that's there in that county, their county.
Gabby, we're about to go into executive session. We've got some people here that need things done.
Well, that water part, we still got that water well over there. And what she was talking about was insurance for everybody. Well, I think we went over this. I forget what it was. It was a big number, 18 million, or it was up there. And then I'd like to make a comment that Gene Pica, Daniel Moore, and myself presented to the CBC in 1989, I think, might have been 88. We recommended that the Comanches buy the Donna Harris's property and put a bingo there. And if we did, no telling how many billions we would have made. And we would have just turned it into a casino right there. And now I recommended what we've done at Red River Casino to do it at the Donna Harris's property. And then we've done the motel. I said, do it at the Donna. Now we're going back over there. And I don't know what to make of all this. You know. Like I said, back in '88, we could have been way ahead of everybody. We missed the boat.
I agree.
Sir, I wanted to make a complaint. The people at the elderly thing from the college, that their president or chairman or whatever, I don't like the way he threatened me. He's told me I take good care of my mom, me and my sister. Of course, my sister can't too much, but I do. And when we go on that trip, I take good care of her. And like I said, I told Jimmy before and Mr. Narcomi, them two women, they don't want me to go on those trips. And they still keep bringing up stuff to that man. He just got that position this year. And then Clyde's sister just got that position. So the only two that knows about incidents is those two women, Adele and Vivian.
Is there any way we can have you just come in executive session? Because, you know, airing that laundry out, we're all Comanches.
Well, I just
We're all
and my
Comanches.
mama's not
I know.
turned
I love your
98
mama and I
today.
love that you take care of her.
She turned 98 today.
I know it.
I was wanting to request that if she could get that one of those front rows at the bus, because she always used to have it all the time. And they could, at the second row, they could go over there and reach for that mic, or they could sit there on the left side. But my mama, she always used to sit there all the time. Next thing I know, she got on that bus 2 years ago, and they were all through there. And my mom said, hey, you know, what happened? I always sit here all the time, you know, and I told my mother, just let it go, Mama, let it go. And my mother then was kind of, you know, Anyway, and she kept on, and one of them got smart, I forget who, but anyway, that's, you know, my mom, I was wanting to request that she be able to go on, when we go on that trip, to sit at that, it's just her, you know, and and like I say, why be selfish? One day she's gonna be gone.
I got a request today. Can you hold your mom up so we can put some money in front of her while we sing happy birthday? All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. All right. Now, y'all put some pwee underneath here. Hurry up.
I'll do it. Look at us.
Yes, sir.
Just commenting that the state, in the near future, to be duplicating our revenues. Well, I remember when the state, when the corporation that started Bloomington Park applied for licensing, that word. If they promise the state all these revenues that they're going to generate and contribute to the state, twice that I'm aware of, the state had to bail out the racetrack due to corruption. Where did they get the money to bail them out? You know? And if they did
We
our
were
money,
supposed to bail them out. We were.
if they did our money and they
Yeah.
bailed out again,
It's been
it's good money going to bed.
Sir, it's been a long battle. It has. It's silly. Anyway, there was a motion to go into executive session.
There was no
Second.
Johnny, you make that second?
I second, yeah.
Johnny makes that second. Business Committee wandering abroad. For us to go in executive session, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.